Hey everyone, this is Luck Bowering on.
It's us. It's us. It's we. Quicksby, introduce yourself.
What's up, everybody? We're
Um,
here with a X-Men movie.
you know who I
We
am at
are?
this point. You know who
I
I
thought we were here for X-Men 97.
am. Okay, okay. So we watched X Men, the movie from the year 2000, Bryan Singer movie. We also, however, I also had these two watch X Men 97 because they know nothing, next to nothing about X Men, and I was like, you know what? I think you guys need an actual like ground zero. Just what is this franchise?
I have been educated that the
Yeah,
X-Men fuck.
they do
Maybe we
fuck a
shall see.
lot. Hey, Sachel. Um, uh, I showed them X Men '97 and also a bit of the original X Men animated, but obviously we couldn't sync. We obviously couldn't manage that in like a week. That's a little much.
It's a
Mhm.
lot of
We saw like the Jubilee episode.
Yeah. You guys really liked it, but it might have set you guys up for a bit of disappointment here with this one. So I have a deep fondness, a deep nostalgia for this movie. Um, I was an X-Men fan long before I was ever an MCU or a Marvel fan in general. It was X-Men and Spider-Man for me, and that pretty much remains true to this day. I like had these movies on Blu-ray. I was super excited when First Class came out, and I even dragged you, Quicksby, IRL to the Days of Future Past theater showing. You having not watched the original X-Men until
Nope, I was
literally
a hostage that
yesterday.
day.
Yeah.
And I saw it
Moral support.
yeah, and I saw it years ago back when I was a dumb kid.
We all well so it's kind of funny. I once again I think I'm the one where it's like, oh yes, I know everything about this franchise. I know everything there is to know about this franchise. I love it, I adore it. I've read the comics, I've watched the series, and you guys found out about it yesterday.
Yeah, we seem to be maintaining the similar gradient.
Mm, as it should be, as it should be. I'm the one with
Mhm.
far too much time on our hands who watches shit like this. But yeah, in fact, I think I still even have my original X2 Blu-ray. I no longer have the Blu-rays for the first one nor Last Stand for reasons, because you're gonna find out X2 is the best one. We're gonna watch that soon. Not next week because next week I have other IRL things to take care of. But X2 is a really great movie. This movie though is good. I think we all actually agreed. This is a pretty good film.
No, it was a good film.
Yeah,
Very
I think
dynamic and you get that superhero action.
mhm. I think the best way to sum up my thoughts on it is probably going to be as this. I think it was a good movie for its time and served as a great introduction to normies into the worlds of superheroes, especially considering the predecessor movies that basically were non existent or eh.
The special
Basically.
effects were also a step up too.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Blade, this versus Blade, only 2 year gap, like night and day as far
It
as
was
what they
night
were
and
able
day, like
to
major
accomplish.
difference.
It's only 2 years. That's a little insane. And let's not even get into the gap between. I mean, the Fantastic Four 1994 that had no budget whatsoever. So
No.
Mhm.
let's not even
Yeah.
compare it.
But yeah, in terms of comic accuracy, little lacking, but in terms of being palatable for mass audience, yeah, okay, it does that job.
It's not the best adaptation, and I've gone on the record to say I don't really care that much about a movie being a good adaptation so long as it's like a good movie. Um but it is notable sometimes in the ways that this movie sets some precedents for how future comic book adaptations would go, right? Like this one is very much trying to be like a very gritty grounded I guess.
Grounded 3 asterisks.
Yeah, yeah, grounded. Um like reimagining. Also, I'm realizing now that I forgot to hit start recording for a local recording. I guess I'll just re-download the VOD later. It's fine.
Just
It's
stick it
fine.
together.
Whatever.
It's fine.
Oh,
Whatever.
wait, if that's the case, we needed like a
Or you can hit
2-second
record
pause.
now and minimize.
Yeah, I was gonna say we might need like a
The work you're gonna
2-second
do.
pause in audio so we
No,
can
it's fine.
stitch together seamless.
No, it's fine.
Oh,
No, it's
okay.
fine. I'll just re-download the VOD from Twitch. It's fine.
Okay.
It works. Wolverine isn't smart enough. Isn't short enough. Yeah, no, it's isn't smart enough. Isn't short enough. I couldn't see you through Storm's hair. My bad. Yeah, it's Hugh Jackman's casting as Wolverine is kind of interesting. Like you'd mentioned that before this point, he'd basically really only done like musical theater,
Oh yeah,
Broadway stuff.
I was kind of joking about that, saying Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. He's done a lot of musicals. He was Curly in the musical. I'm not sure if he could do this. That was the joke, but like
That was basically
not sure-
audience attitudes at the time. Is the thing.
because I don't think he did a lot of like serious roles before this, did he?
No, and honestly, even after he like The Greatest Showman, Les Miserables, he mostly is a
I
musical
forgot
guy.
He was in Les Mis.
He mostly is a musical guy. Him doing this has remained to be kind of an anomaly, and it's kind of funny because this has remained to be basically his most iconic role. Period. Maybe.
I'm always gonna remember him from Oklahoma.
Good. Yeah.
The Greatest Showman is where I remember.
The general audience attitudes were really a sort of like a question mark,
Mixed
kind
bag.
of. Yeah, like were
Yeah.
like would he be able to prove himself? Was he the right person for such a gruff, grizzled character? And
I think if we're to make a comparison, sorry to cut you off,
No, it's
but
fine.
I think a great comparison is Bryan Cranston as Walter White.
completely unexpected, but once he actually gets into it, you realize that no, he was actually pretty perfect. He was about as perfect as it could be, even if, he's not the right height. I think notably he's actually taller than Cyclops's actor. To the point where I think they had to have him stand on a box for a scene or two just to get them at the same height at least.
I'd like to point out I don't know any actors except for like the main three.
There's Hugh Jackman. There's Halle Bailey who plays Storm, who is our screen cap image for this one. There's Sir Ian McKellen. There's Patrick Stewart.
Yeah, those ones I know, and of course Hugh.
I don't know a lot of actors in general. Lily knows this.
Same.
The other ones I also don't know off the top of my head, but that's what Google's for.
Thank you, Google.
But yeah, so Cyclops' actor was shorter than him, so it's just kind of a funny, a funny little thing there. A bit of an opposite of, no, not opposite necessarily. The whole Robert Downey Jr. situation where they gave him like funny heels, except. So this one, it was just to barely attempt to get him to be the proper height, kind of.
Yeah, it's not to like adjust them to in character height. It's just all right. We can't have this scene looking like this. We'll just have him off whenever he's not next to him, though.
They could not even attempt to make Hugh Jackman look short, though, which is fair and which is fine for the character, honestly. As much as I do hope though that if they recast him, they're gonna go with a short king. I think we all hope.
Wolverine is
I think we all hope, right?
That
Yeah.
is indeed the hope, but considering Marvel's got their paws on things, I don't think there's going to be a recast, at least for a good little bit.
For a while, they're gonna have to recast probably anyone who's not Hugh Jackman. I think they have to.
Yeah.
Everyone else, yeah, because they already have recasted the other ones like multiple times at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the Cyclops
But
was like Ansel Elgort. Oh my god, who was literally anyone else? Jean Grey is played by Sansa, the Sansa actor from Game of Thrones, in the second timeline.
I do know who Sansa is.
Mm-hmm. They've been all recast several times over at this point for different timeline purposes. It's those ones are easy enough, but Hugh Jackman has kind of cemented himself as like he is Wolverine, and you cannot separate him from Wolverine to the point where they'll make jokes that he'll be doing this until he's like 90. Until he's 90,
I
they're
can't
gonna be
wait to
giving
get to
Eternal
Yeah.
roll.
Logan again.
Eternal roll.
Oh yeah. I can't. They're gonna keep on just wheeling him out there and just getting a body double for those ab shots and just Sophie Turner is Sansa. Okay, got it. I have a substantial amount of notes to get through for this one. No, not so much actually. Like 4 pages of notes. That's maybe more than what I had for Blade, because with Blade I had nothing to say. But not the most.
I have an amount.
Animal. Nice.
To be fair, I feel like your X-Men notes are always going to be longer than everything else.
Oh, absolutely.
Unless
absolutely.
it's something you absolutely hate, then maybe the hate notes will be longer.
There are maybe only 1 or 2 mediocre films that I think I'll have anything substantial to say on, like Ant-Man, but that's probably only going to be for the Edgar Wright connection.
Oh, I see.
Who is a director who directed Ant-Man, or at least directed a part of it before he backed out. I like talking about that story a lot because I think it was a loss that he backed out. It was a genuine loss. They didn't just let him do whatever the fuck he wanted. He's great.
With that being said, do we have any more background information on this movie we want to talk about?
Before we just dive in.
Before we dive in.
Yeah, I guess
'cause I think
a touch that's it's
Okay.
gonna be more relevant in X2. But so this is directed by Bryan Singer.
Mm-hmm.
He is a kind of controversial figure right now for a multitude of reasons. But the honestly primary one that I'm aware of is just that he seems to be kind of hell to work with during X2, but also like in some of his more recent stints like Bohemian Rhapsody, some other stuff. He has had some reported issues with being difficult on set, with substance abuse, with just in general being, not how one would want to act in a workplace environment. And a lot of actors have been on the record saying they do not want to work with him ever again because of just how he acts sometimes, how he's acted in the past.
Drugs, they'll do that to you.
Drugs will do that to you.
Don't do drugs, kids.
Don't do drugs, kids. X2,
Do the legal ones, kids.
X2 in
No.
particular,
Weed is legal.
Weed is legal. I love weed. As far as everything. Okay.
There's a lot of too much of the illegal drugs, like over-the-counter medicine's bad.
Well, yeah, I think he was probably it was a good amount of prescription painkillers from what I understand.
Mhm.
He is as a result, X2 was a movie that had like a very famously troubled production, though in spite of that came out pretty well. But almost every movie he's made after that fact has been pretty much shit.
For the same reason, or
Basically for the same reason, which is
Okay.
just that he's
Okay.
oftentimes checked out and just is just seems to be difficult to work with, and so just in general, it seems like he just kind of lost the spark a bit, and obviously being inebriated does not really help with making good creative decisions unless it's LSD or weed. Again,
Mhm. Then it's all the fun.
Chell says there's different allegations.
No, legally, we are not condoning any sort of illicit drug use.
Listen. The Beatles may have made a really kick-ass album on LSD, but that doesn't mean you should.
Okay, there you go.
Okay. Yeah, there are also some different allegations surrounding him. This is not a Bryan Singer cast. We will not get into those, but we do not fuck with Bryan Singer for the most part. But yeah, he's had his issues, and for good reason. People do not wish to work with this man anymore. X-Men here, he was still like mostly on track from what I understand. This is before shit started going really bad and before the set became very, very toxic. But still there were undercurrents. There were stories that come out all the time of even just stuff happening during this production. And yeah, lot of actors that worked with him, including the big name ones, including Hugh Jackman, especially including Halle Bailey, do not have very nice things to say about him. So
I
yeah.
would imagine not.
Yeah. Halle Bailey's funny.
Yeah.
She can be
Work
really
gets around.
outspoken sometimes. She's really funny. she's very funny. I recommend listening to interviews with her. She's been in some shit movies, and she's a good sport about it when she's not being just very entertainingly mad about it. Honestly.
Definitely will have to catch some of them then.
Yeah, are you aware of the whole Catwoman thing?
Nope.
Are you
Nope.
aware of the movie Catwoman? Fuck. Are you aware of the movie Catwoman?
I think I've heard of it in passing.
Yes, they made a Catwoman movie, about the Batman
Mhm.
villain love interest, starring Halle Bailey as Selena Kyle. It was horrible. It was absolutely atrocious. Was not particularly accurate. Was, from a technical standpoint, just a complete hot fucking mess. No one liked that fucking thing. It gets nominated for a Razzie. You know what a Razzie is?
I think it's a Razzie.
A Razzie is basically like an anti-Oscar. It's like a fan-made thing where they nominate movies for like worst movie of the year, worst actress of the year, this or that. She shows up to the Razzies. She shows up to this award ceremony and accepts it with pride. She accepts the award with pride. And she's like, yes, this movie fucking sucked. I hated doing this. She's great. I love her,
Are
actually.
Razzies still a thing? Because I
yeah.
can imagine that.
Oh, yeah, they're still a thing.
Oh crap! What was her name? The one who was
I
basically
think Cats.
saying,
I think
"Don't
Cats
watch-"
won. I think Cats won a Razzie recently.
Yeah, that tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember there was this one actress who apparently was saying stuff like, "Yeah, it certainly was a movie. I don't really care about it. Madam Web, that's the movie."
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, Dakota Johnson is also like. I also put her up as just like one of the funniest. Just like.
Still, I love the vibe
women.
of like, I worked on this group project and I scrabbled my name on there, and yes, I'm gonna totally dog on everyone else about it.
Yeah. Listen, sometimes you're in a group project and, like you said, no one else does what they're supposed to, and you did your best.
Mm-hmm.
So all you can do is laugh about it. So yeah, that's like the last bit of background I think I can provide before we just dive headfirst into the plot.
Or less, the only background is basically, or only other background, I should say, is the
Madam
context
Web is
of,
on
I
the
think-
list, Sachel. It is on the list, along with Craven the Hunter, Morbius, and all those. Like every Spider-Man movie
It's
and every
Morbin
spin-off is there.
time.
We're gonna have a fun time.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, but where was I? Oh yes, that's right, I remember. Basically, the cultural context of this is superheroes still weren't exactly a thing.
They're still figuring it
but
out.
I'm pretty sure y'all already knew that. It's just keep that in your back pocket, all right? Because it's like key to note for, again, cultural context of things.
In between this and Spider-Man, Sam Raimi Spider-Man, you're gonna understand real well exactly how we got to the MCU, how that happened.
Yeah,
why that
'cause
was
we-
inflicted on us.
Yeah, because, we have a little bit of a silly movie before this. Well, I wouldn't say their main thing is silly to us of where we've come from.
Blade was not intended to
they
be
tr-
silly, but it did end up being silly.
Yeah, but basically you can see its bones of like, we're trying to be serious and grounded, and that is further continued in this legacy.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think now we can just dive right in.
So, speaking of serious and grounded, this movie starts off with the Holocaust. It's the
Oh,
first
I was
scene.
gonna do a little
Nazis.
build
It's the
up.
first
I was
scene.
gonna do a build up joke of how, oh yeah, Captain Xavier. Why did I say Captain? Oh, Captain Picard. That's why.
It's Captain
And-
Picard.
I wrote Captain Xavier.
You're
in my
Captain
notes.
Xavier. That's so good.
Thank you, past me. Yeah, I was just like, yeah, we get all this talk about evolution, how apparently every once in a millennia jumps forward, CG effects.
What
Now look at the fucking Holocaust.
Yeah, Holocaust. Just hard cut to
Hard
Holocaust.
cut into the Holocaust.
Eric is a child in the Holocaust. He bends this gate. His mom is like taken away from him, and to stop them from doing that, he like bends this metal gate, drags like 4 grown men behind him. From a modern day standpoint, it seemed so restrained, just that kind of power. But like I feel like nowadays it's always just it's so big, it's so much, right? It's so hard to like impress people nowadays when you show them these powers. But like you really felt the weight of it. It was something about the sound design, something about the way it was framed, just the acting of it, that like
The
it feels
desperation.
impressive. And sad, yes.
Yeah.
Especially when it pans up and it reveals that she's being taken to a smokestack.
Smokestack. Yeah. Oh, and of course he's knocked out because they do not respect him
It's
as a
never
person.
it's never actually stated explicitly that was Magneto as a child. You're kind of like, it's very obvious if you're paying any amount of attention, but you never actually like,
You mean this Master of Magnetism child grew up to be the Master of Magnetism?
I guess I'm so used to movies, like fucking Netflix movies, just explaining everything to me constantly and just like constantly expositing everything that's happening or did happen. So the fact that he doesn't say it out loud, but it's not really supposed to be a reveal either, you're just supposed to understand it, is like a novelty to me now.
That's fair. A lot of media today's dumbed down.
Cut to the future, we're probably going to bring this exact scene back up of like, man, they didn't used to tell you things. They kind of just assumed you could catch on.
Yeah, man, I missed when they just assumed I was paying attention. Damn.
Oh, now it's all second screening.
Yeah.
Blame Instagram.
Yeah. I blame Netflix.
Oh, I'm on
actually.
Instagram right now. Note, I am kidding.
So, after that, we get a scene of a young Southern girl making out with their boyfriend before he passes out and goes into a 3-month-long coma.
The horror just gets worse.
Oh yeah. It just keeps on piling on. Anyway, this is Rogue. We're introduced to Rogue, a young teen who is very angsty about the fact that she can't touch anyone, which is a very Rogue thing to do. I find that Rogue tends to come in 2-ish flavors. Sometimes a combination of the two therein, depending on the adaptation. Where it's they have like stupid, overpowered Captain Marvel Rogue, which I love personally. The full on Dolly Parton that you get with 97, or like the angsty goth girl of Evolution, where it's mostly focusing on her place as like essentially a representation of a certain type of teenage girl angst.
I like overpowered Rogue.
What was that one other X-Men animated series where they're basically like teenagers? Wasn't that one also like angst? Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the other side of the Rogue spectrum that I always point to. I like both. I like both quite a lot. I have a deep love for Evolution. I've shown Luck some of it. If I can get away with showing you guys the rest of it one of these days, I will. I have a deep love for that show. And that version of Scott. We'll get to this version of Scott in a second. We'll get to it.
They took away his
She's preparing her
They
brick.
took away my boy's autism. Why would they do that to me?
I like how I say small side jokes, and then Lily's like, "No, you're absolutely right about that. Let me say it."
No, you're
loudly."
correct. The actress for Rogue, I'm actually gonna look up her name because she does a great job.
Yeah, definitely young. I will say this. She actually does have a great scream in it of like, damn, I could feel the emotional turmoil in this child.
Wolverine,
Great
Horror of the
acting.
situation.
Wolverine
Yeah.
and the X-Men. I tried to rewatch that one relatively recently. It was not hitting the same way it did when I was a teenager. I think I just had I don't know. I wasn't feeling it so much. I might give it another shot recently, like soon, but we'll see. Also, Rogue is played by Anna Paquin. That's her name, Anna Paquin.
I see. But yeah, as I was saying, Anna Paquin, you did Terror quite well. Or Terrified? Yeah.
The Scream. It was we appreciate a good Scream in this house.
We do.
You pointed out many like good Screams we've
It's
seen in
because
these movies.
I like seeing when an actor can pull out an emotion that seems hard to fake.
And when they just fucking go for it.
Basically, just no hold bars, just let it all.
And right
Isn't
after
it like a trick to like actually think of something legitimately horrifying or sad?
I can
kinda
find
like-
out.
I don't think so.
bring that out.
I'm not sure, honestly. Oh, X-Men Best Animated Angel. There's not that many animated angels, is the thing. Warren does not get that much attention. Warren's
Why
like
did
one
they-
of the, Warren's like one of the main X-Men, but I swear he doesn't actually get much attention, like ever. It's kind of funny.
Remind me again, what was his last name?
Warren Worthington III.
Why did I think it was Warren Peace? Oh no, that's the fucking
That's Sky High.
Sky High.
That's Sky High. that's not Todoroki from Sky High.
Don't you mean Todoroki's not Warren Peace?
No. I really don't.
Is that the Fireboy?
Yeah.
Okay, it's been a while since I've seen that movie.
You want to see it again?
Oh my gosh,
It's good. I rewatch
I
it like
sure
every year
want-
now.
I-
It's good.
I
It
don't remember
is-
it being bad.
It's in my
It's
it's in my
classic.
rotation.
Fucking good.
It's in my rotation
I don't
alongside like Treasure Planet and like Astro Boy. It's
Okay,
it's
Treasure
fun.
Planet's really good.
But
But,
yeah, back to movie. Yes, so I believe this is where it transitions into the frigid north.
No, before that we get we get a scene with Jean Grey. She's giving a speech to Congress. Yes?
Oh, that's right. I accidentally scrolled down on my notes. Yep, I see it.
Yeah, so she's giving a speech to Congress, specifically to one with one Senator Kelly
Senator.
being quite the little shithead in the audience.
Yeah. My note here verbatim is Senator Kelly is a big bitch.
Yeah, so they're fighting against the Mutant Registration Act, which is a big turning point in a lot of X-Men media, as it's usually what like kicks off the whole bad future timeline that they always seem to be trying to avert. That and
Yeah.
whoever's making the Sentinels this week.
And I believe you
As
actually
said, Sentinel genocide happens at least once a timeline.
At least once a run.
Basically.
At least once a
Yeah.
run. There's a big old and also the mansion gets destroyed, you know, just like
Three
Of course,
times
of course.
over.
yeah.
But yes, I do believe you actually had said that this reframing of allegory started here too as well, correct?
Oh yeah, so X-Men as a franchise has had a few different allegories attached to the mutants. The most recent one has been a queer allegory, having them be a stand-in for LGBTQ plus folks. Before that, it was a racial allegory with Magneto and Charles being pretty explicitly stand-ins for Malcolm X and Martin Luther King Jr., which is a flawed comparison as someone who knows a little bit more than the average bear about those two folks, but let's not worry about that right this second. That is a discussion for a whole other day. We don't even have time for that. Before
Dang.
what people don't realize though is that wasn't actually where it started. It originally was essentially a like
Radiation.
yeah, it was like anxieties about the nuclear bomb and like radiation and you know nuclear big nuclear
How
incidents like
radiation
Chernobyl.
will change people.
Yeah. So it's kind of funny how it's had this sort of evolution over the years.
X-Men
haha.
evolution.
Where basically they start off as
Uh-huh.
essentially like what if Godzilla was a person and kind of sympathetic, and then it goes down to this queer allegory that people have really embraced over the years. I really cannot imagine it mutating a third time. I think it's settled, honestly.
Uh, yeah.
It
I'm
it
trying
is
to imagine it right now. I can't think of anything.
It is honestly a pretty perfect metaphor at the moment. Though they still do oftentimes bring in flavors of other things. You can't deny that the whole mutant registration thing. There's a reason why Eric it's like necessary. People have realized that Eric be a victim of the Holocaust, and why they keep on having to invent new and interesting ways why he would still be because like there are because right the amount of like Holocaust survivors goes down each year because it was like 80 years ago now that happened.
Yeah.
So they keep on having to contrive new ways as to why he would still be like alive and stuff.
And I have joked saying one day they're just gonna Captain America him.
But the thing is, they kind of have, or at least they're in evolution. He has like a whole de-aging serum already by like the 90s and 2000s. They were like, he's a little old for this. He's a little old to be doing this.
Yeah, but it's like that part of him is too integral.
Yeah, you have to keep that in. So there will always be a certain aspect of the racial story, and it always will, it'll always be more than one thing. I think like the best metaphor is one that kind of mixes and matches a bit, as to avoid criticism about the Zootopia problem, where it's like, oh, you made your black people like actually physical threats compared to the rest of the population. That's a little suspicious.
Yeah, as Lily was educating me earlier, just make them gay.
Make him gay.
No, this
Make
was the
him gay.
topic on Beastars.
Oh yeah, I was explaining to him the plot of Beastars and why it was a better metaphor, because it's more about sexuality than it is about race, though has applicability in different areas.
And it says war is kind of cool, apparently.
A lot of war in it. A lot of war in it. I'm not a furry, but
Why do I feel like you and I have said that too many times for it to even apply anymore?
When you're on the internet, you like eventually, right? Like you have two paths, furry or conservative. Those are your two paths, I think, eventually. You have to pick one.
I want to deny it, but I don't think I can.
You have to pick one eventually.
The choice just kind of happens. You don't even realize it.
No, you
One
don't.
day you just look at Renamon and you're like, wood.
One day you wake up, you realize you have a persona.
Freaking Crystal from Star Fox.
Oh, I know what you.
That's an OG one.
Yeah.
One day you just wake up and you realize you have a persona. It's just gonna happen.
Or another furry gives you one.
Yeah.
And how initiation you into it.
Oh my god! If someone drew my my like Sona as a persona, hell yeah! Or I'm just gonna end up doing it to myself one day, because I do draw different Sonas for like a lot of my video essays. I like to mix it up.
I can't wait for the Zootopia video essay where you make
Not gonna happen.
just full on persona.
Nope, I have no opinions
Oh,
about
you're
Zootopia.
not gonna talk about the. Okay, what about Beastar?
Maybe, but I'm kind of a casual with Beastars. Kind of a casual.
Oh dang.
It took me like a year to even get around to season 3.
Yeah,
I didn't
feel
care
like,
enough.
Yeah, from what you've told me, I feel like all you'd probably be capable of is like maybe a 15 to 30-minute one where it's more or less just talking about the different choices of allegory.
Yeah.
Speaking of allegory, I feel like we're getting a little off track.
Oh yeah. Okay, speaking of which, so Jean Grey has her whole speech. Senator Kelly's there. The whole allegory. Professor Xavier, not Captain Xavier. Professor Xavier leaves leaves the Senate meeting and is met by Magneto, who's all in shadow, and we get to just see absolute peak for a few minutes there of just Patrick Stewart
Great
and Sir
actors.
Ian McKellen just talking to each other. Oh, it's so good. They have such a vibe of like messy exes too. From what I understand, that was like intentional on Sir Ian's part.
I mean, it works quite well, I will say.
Oh,
Plus, they
yeah.
have a history, to put it mildly.
The history of this movie does not even begin to get into.
It does not, which kind of feels like a bit of a shame, but like, I feel like if they were to have attempted it, it might have just started to feel like it was running too long.
They imply a lot as far as their actions, as far as the amount of mercy that Xavier gives him. The fact that Xavier seems not willing to kill him in a later scene, and just the way that they talk to each other. They put a lot of faith into the actor's abilities as far as just implying so much here.
Yeah, in their defense of having all this faith, they had some great old men.
But I'm very glad I was able to show you X-Men 97, because then you got to actually see a little bit more of it. First Class will show you a version of their backstory, but First Class is a flawed movie for its own reasons. But it is kind of what in a lot of ways put people onto this ship. People were a bit too cowardly for true old man Yowie, so they needed they needed Michael Fassbender and the other guy.
Oh, of course.
You needed them. Okay, where do we go? Where do we go down there? Oh yeah, this is where we go to the ice. Canada.
Yes. Oh, Canada. Actually, this was Alaska, if I remember right.
Probably.
But yeah, we get a bar, and like, don't you guys love when you go to a bar and they have a full-on octagon?
Oh yeah, I love that.
I love that. Yeah, everyone has that, right?
Full octagon with some bedding. You get a big.
Anyone can just enter and get fucked up.
Yeah, you got a big sweaty guy fighting muscly Hugh Jackman shirtless.
Oh, I thought big sweaty guy was gonna be Hugh Jackman at first.
No, he's still more twunk in this.
True.
He looks like a baby. It is kind of funny.
Yeah.
He's like, oh gosh, he was so young. He was so young.
And they also allowed him to drink water.
Wouldn't you know? After right afterwards, he slams a cigar and then drinks a beer.
Oh no, I was talking about more about the dehydrated abs.
Oh yeah. That like nowadays the standard for like men in comic book movies is the whole super muscly dehydrated look. The way they get those super defined muscles.
The super unhealthy.
Yeah. They basically basically have to starve yourself to actually get that kind of muscle definition, as well as be very
And
dehydrated day of.
Yeah.
To the point where it's kind of become standard in a way that people are starting to get a little worried about. Even Sanji's actor in the live action One Piece recent season, Taz Skylar, I mean, he was pretty open saying that like, yeah, he was really dehydrated for a lot of those shirtless shots, and it was yeah. Yeah, he did that willingly apparently, but this is before that became a thing, and probably for the best. No, I mean, I wish it would go back there. Yeah.
Yeah, I get what you mean. Of probably for the best of he was allowed to actually consume anything.
Yeah, it's there people have had conversations about like why we do it like this. I mean, theoretically it's just to mirror the look of the comic books more, which do have this very like, it's they're all like artists and draftsmen, so they're all doing super defined muscles because that's what they like drawing. But
if I was a smarter man, I would try to track the abs in movies back from the action stars, basically up to the modern. Ow, fuck! I dropped my notes. I mean, my phone.
Yeah, compare what like Sylvester Stallone looked like to like back in like Rocky versus what the look is nowadays. You might actually be able to blame Arnold Schwarzenegger a little bit for that, because he did bring bodybuilding more into the realm.
Oh yeah, that too.
Drugs and bodybuilding, yes, into the realm of action movies. So you might be able to blame him a little bit.
I would not be surprised, but like I said, I don't really quite know about the topic. I just think it'd be an interesting point to further look into.
Tangential point is something trying to appeal to the female gaze. I don't
appeal to the male gaze more.
Yeah, I don't need. I hope I'm not the first one to let you know that women don't actually typically like that look. I hope you didn't have to find out from me.
Well, the good thing is taste is diverse, though.
Taste is diverse, as in it is men mostly that like that.
Yeah,
there are some people who like that taste. It's men. It's gay men.
Yeah, I've heard the classic joke of, oh, man goes to the gym to get woman's attention, shows up all buff, and then it's like, yo, bro, nice gains.
Oh,
All the
no,
women are
it's-
distracted by the e-boy looking guy.
Yeah. But that's
Male approval is definitely a thing.
male approval in more ways than one. What else do we got here? Just going down the list there. Okay, so so this is the start of our dad Logan arc. So poor Rogue is over there sitting at the bar, only drinking water. The
Adopting his first stray.
bartender's eyeing her because he's thinking she's gonna steal from the tip jar. Which is fair because she definitely looks like a runaway. She's like a tiny little girl in this bar that she shouldn't be at, definitely. And she kind of starts making conversation with Logan, realizes that he's a mutant, and then he just actually proves he's a mutant because one of the guy he was fighting starts a fight with him. A guy he was fighting in the ring before comes back trying to start a fight with him, being like, hey, I know you're a mutant. Claws come out, bartender pulls a
Yeah,
shotgun
hit the
on
metal
him.
man. Yeah.
Wolverine leaves
Yeah.
not even because it would kill him, but just because it's too much fucking trouble.
Just like, damn, do I really have to start kicking everyone's ass here? I'm just gonna leave.
I was surprised he
I
left his
wanna-
beer.
That is a surprise. I actually didn't even notice that.
Yeah, I noticed. I was like, he's gonna take the beer. He didn't. What?
Mhm.
You-
Totally should
Logan.
have taken.
Oh
the
yeah.
beer.
Logan.
Side note: I do really like this intro of him because keep in mind, no mainstream audience knew anything about the X-Men. So him having this surprise reveal of, oh, this strong guy is a mutant, and damn, he's lethal. That's in context. Like, damn, that's kind of impactful.
Yeah, people didn't know much about him.
Nah. I mean, that's why everyone accepted he wasn't short.
Yeah, and also why they seem to not understand what a Wolverine is.
He's a wolf. He's a wolf. No, I'm just
Like,
kidding.
he's
Not, he's
a
not.
Wolverine.
He's not.
What do you mean? He's a Wolverine, right?
I think in the movie, didn't they call him a wolf too?
Maybe Sabretooth called him that at one
I
point.
think Oh, I thought they said lone wolf. I might have misunderstood that.
Oh, that might have been a throwaway. You'll get it more in some later movies, like Wolverine, like the one in
As the
Japan.
drugs kick in.
Wolverine Journey to Japan, and that's not what it's called. This
I
is called
forgot
Wolverine.
about
but
that movie.
yeah, and there's also Wolverine Origins.
Japanese sword, 2 hands.
Yeah, that movie's so bad. That movie's
It was
so bad.
bad.
It's
It was
so
funny.
bad.
It was so funny.
Oh my
though.
gosh, and we're getting distracted again. So
We are.
Rogue stows away. Logan figures it
Mhm.
out quickly though, and
Yeah.
there's a moment where he like is about to drive away. He gets like
he makes
maybe
it like 5 feet.
yeah, he gives up so fast. He is such a softie. You understand that immediately about him. Wolverine is 2 things. 1, he's a softie, and 2, he wants to fuck Cyclops' wife.
It's only later in the future where we get him wanting to fuck Cyclops.
That's a different conversation. No, I did let you know though that this movie is a part of where you get a lot of the modern strain of the Scott X Logan, aka the Skogan fandom.
Interesting.
People liked
Wasn't this
people.
movie made by someone who hated Scott too?
I would not doubt it.
According to me, yes.
Okay.
According to me, yes. This definitely has some of the signs of someone who maybe does not fully understand what makes Scott Summers so perfect, amazing, beautiful.
We have more evidence of James Gunn hating Scrappy than we do of intentional hate towards Scott.
Scott is complicated. I'll get to him in a second when we actually get to his introduction. Oh yeah, so Wolverine wakes up in the mansion in a scene that is a lot like what you get with the beginning of the X-Men animated show, where he's confused, he's running around, he is like trying to escape.
Oh yeah, he's the Jubilee / Sunspot.
Yeah. And you get a good view of some of the set design with this movie of the mansion. The mansion is absolutely on point, in my opinion. I think it's absolutely perfect. And a lot of the sets, honestly, look really amazing. The Cerebro set, the Blackbird, there's a lot to love here as far as the production design. And honestly, in general, as much as we'll shit on some other aspects, like the costume design, for example, this movie looks really good. it's the best looking one we've gotten so far.
It
It does.
did. They invented CGI. They called it eye candy and visual effects because they were barbarians back
Yeah.
then. But
Plus, the
yeah,
lighting was also really good, despite it being kind of dealing with muted colors.
It was
Oh,
very
this-
it was very noir-esque. I wouldn't say muted
Yeah.
colors, but it was maybe a lower color palette, but it wasn't desaturated
Yeah.
in the same way that some modern movies can be.
I would say agree with the lower color palette, especially after just coming off X-Men '97.
Oh yeah, that's like
That
a
is
rainbow
some
to the
whiplash.
face.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Implication intended. Um. So yeah, we to talk a bit about the costumes. So there are
What costumes
there are
do
two
you
main
mean?
sticking points. And honestly, both of them are in view right behind us right this second. One, Storm's wig is so ass. It's so ass. As much as we can Quickspeed, you and I are Game of Thrones gals. We both have seen the
Mhm.
fall of the wigs in Game of Thrones. How shit they've gotten. And you know, like I've seen some bad movie wigs. This is especially bad. It's not laid very
Cosplayers
well.
do better.
It's not laid very well. And the micro bangs are just horrendous. Some women can pull off micro bangs, I'll admit. Not this one. And it's just not cut very well. It just looks a mess. They give her a better wig in every subsequent movie. This is really just the one like really bad one that people point out a lot. And then the other half of it is the leather costumes, which are made fun of directly in X-Men '97 in a line that lampshades a line from this one.
What were you expecting? Black leather?
Versus what were you expecting? Yellow
Versus
spandex.
Yellow spandex.
Yeah.
The shows are beefing.
They're beefing. They're beefing with each other. The girls are fighting.
And we all have our sides.
Mm-hmm.
If you're on the side of the black leather, what's wrong with you?
If you're on that side, you're just on the wrong side. I'm sorry.
You're on
When I
that
say
side,
we
you're on the wrong
all
side.
have our sides, I mean we're all on the X-Men '97 side.
Yeah. Pretty much
Exactly.
like so. There's a lot of issues with the black leather. For one, it just does not look very good. It does not look very memorable. All the characters kind of look like they're dressed the same. It has really no visual flair to it whatsoever. They just feel underdesigned at the end of the day. Some future costumes would do a little better, especially as they started loosening the reins and starting actually allowing more color into it. So there is that. But Luck, you were even mentioning, or someone was mentioning, that these were very uncomfortable for these actors to wear.
Oh, I think I had brought up the sweat factor after you actually had said they were reportedly uncomfortable.
Yeah. These were not very comfortable costumes. And that's honestly a thing
Yeah.
with like a lot of superhero costumes. A lot of them just reportedly are not very comfortable, which is low key why more and more of that's how you get the Avengers Endgame situation where the costumes are being CGI'd in now.
Yeah, and I believe you also had said on the topic of these costumes were uncomfortable, and I said they're probably also sweaty too.
Not breathing
You
at
had said,
all
"Want to know
whatsoever.
what would have fixed that? Some latex."
Some spandex, not latex. Latex would have been worse.
Spandex, fuck.
Latex would have been way worse. Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, compare this to a very recent movie, Fantastic Four: First Steps, which has the knit costumes. Which on the other hand, you see those actors in those costumes for almost the entire movie, and they look comfortable. They look breathable. They are not like completely skin tight. They look like you can actually move and live in them a little bit.
I'd be curious about the production cost for like the prop makers and like
In this one,
all that.
If
If there's like a difference between like how much of the budget actually went into it. Because I mean, Game of Thrones is, for example, known for its costumes that they're
Yeah,
amazing. Now
it
I don't know
was-
how uncomfortable those costumes were, but
I think it depends. I think it very much depends. Yeah, as far as costume budget for this movie goes, what was the overall budget? I feel like it was actually probably pretty conservative compared to some other shit you get nowadays. Let's double
Ooh, I
check.
feel like I should have looked that up.
I'm gonna look it up right this second. What was the budget for this film? According
75
to
million.
Wikipedia, yeah, 75 million. That's
Oh, okay.
okay. Actually, that's about what. Yeah, okay. Um, below 100K is no, below 100 million is maybe low for nowadays, but
Back then it was
Pretty
probably
high
more
for back then.
proportional.
yeah, that's about what I would have guessed, honestly. But yeah, they weren't really thinking about comfort. Which, speaking of comfort, give me a second to make sure I get her name right. She deserves to be named with how much she went through. So Rebecca Romage Romage. Oh my God, how do you pronounce that? Give me a second. Rebecca Romijn. My bad. Rebecca Romijn plays Mystique in these films. What they put that poor woman through.
Oh, the hell of makeup.
What they put that poor woman through every day for that costume. Granted, I am mixed on the Mystique costume. I'm mixed on it.
Why are you mixed?
Okay. On one hand, I get the vision behind it, right? She's like a sexy femme fatale. She's giving a very physical performance, a lot of really cool stunts, a lot like of just acting and getting across her character and intent just with her body. The chameleon look to the scales is very interesting. The fact that the scales flip up and down when she changes form. I hope that remains to be a thing forever with the character. Honestly, it's such a cool
it's so
visual
visually
thing.
interesting.
It's visually interesting. It brings some visual interest to shape shifting that I had never seen before. But like having her be naked the whole time when that was not a thing that the character used to be, a little much. Yeah, I'm someone who
Plus-
loves horny brain decisions when it comes to my storytelling. I think this is a little much.
Yeah. Plus, I do want to bring up, it would have also saved a lot of time and effort on the makeup side of things.
She spent so many hours in the makeup chair, like
Yeah.
like double-digit
Probably
hours.
I was
For
gonna say probably
for just
as
one
much time in
shooting
that in that makeup chair as she did spend actually being shot.
Easily. It was intensive. You have to get up so early to be able to do that. To the point where when you get to like later movies where Jennifer Lawrence is playing her, and Jennifer Lawrence at this point was, she was getting into Hunger Games around the time those movies started kicking in. So she became something of a name. She was able to like bargain a bit more. And one of the first fucking things she did is saying, "I'm not spending that much time in the makeup chair. You're gonna have me look like myself. I don't care what is in character for the character. I am fucking tired of being there for 8 hours every day."
I would be too. But it's exhausting.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
and you can't even blame her. And so I'm like I as much as I want certain elements to stay for future X-Men shit, I hope that clothes just starts to be added more into the rotation.
Except for Scott.
Except for Scott, obviously. But yeah, it's I'm mixed on it because it is iconic, but it's also, I think, just not a sustainable path for this character for multiple reasons.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe the computer graphics will be better.
Don't CGI in the cost. Don't CGI in Mystique. Don't do that shit. That's the worst.
CGI
That's the
the
worst
titty.
thing. That's the worst thing you could do. That's the worst.
Listen, I would
Imagine she
sooner
comes in looking
accept
like a cat's
Muppet.
character.
Yeah. Listen, I would sooner come in wanting a Muppet than I would a full CG.
Just give her dress. Just give her the dress she wears in the comic always. It's the big deal. It'd still be some time with a makeup chair, but it'd be less. It'd be a lot less.
I didn't realize she had clothes in the comic. I thought she was just like that all the
I
time.
thought I showed you the
X-Men 97 didn't include Mystique.
X-Men, yeah, but I thought I showed you the pictures
You
of the
did.
comic at least though, where she has a traditionally a white
white.
a white dress with like a
I
skull
see
belt.
now. I looked it up.
Yeah, that's her traditional look.
Then why didn't they go with the traditional look?
Sex sells.
Brian Singer, horny brain.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, there are like in character explanations for this. You know, you can go the Bayonetta explanation of this being like a reclaiming of sexuality in a feminist way, but like it was also
At the same time, we all know who made that decision.
At the same time, we also definitely know that Bayonetta is a game made with one hand. You know, it can be both. It can be both. But yeah, the Bryan Singer of it cannot be ignored. Okay, so what else do we got here aside from just me glazing the movie for a little bit? There's all my Mystique notes. Okay, this is where we start kicking into the love triangle.
That was my least favorite part.
Okay. So, as you guys saw with X-Men 97, the fun thing about the love triangle is that it is actually it wasn't an invention by this movie. At least I'm like 99.9% sure it wasn't an invention by this movie. Logan being in love with Jean has been a thing for a long while, and it's been a part of the comics for a long while. And it's always been kind of shit. I don't know. I've like never really liked it. I've never really liked it, and I'm not alone with this. It's more or less a holdover from the fact that these are in a lot of ways. Oh, hey, see you, Seychelle. Have a good night. It's more or less a holdover in a lot of the ways that these movies are like, or that the X-Men are. It's like a giant fucking soap opera, basically.
Yeah, but like I said before, my least favorite part of this was the love triangle. Just like, this feels so tedious.
I'm not a fan of love triangles in general, so
they're always kind of a pain. Maybe my least favorite part about this love triangle in particular is that it more or less sides with Logan in a lot of ways, where Scott is kind of made out to be like smug, stick in the mud asshole who like loves Jean, sure, but is not as cool as the sexy, suave, loving, tender, good with kids Hugh Jackman.
Oh yeah, that too.
And yeah, as much as I already hate the love triangle, the fact that the movies go out of their way to make to put more weight on Logan's side irritates me even further.
Just let Scott and Jean be together if you're gonna make them a thing.
Let them be. God damn it.
Let them have nice things.
I have my hot like Scott X Jean takes. I have my hot Scott X Jean takes. And I'm sure oh, well, since you asked. Since you asked.
Prepare for the 4-hour spiel.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
It's my opinion that Scott X Jean in the comics can sometimes be kind of on the weak side, honestly. Like I think individually they're pretty decent characters. I think when you put them together, they can be a bit flat. They oftentimes come across as like the high school sweethearts that kind of just stuck together. That's very much what they are. And it's an odd situation where a lot of Scott's other love interests, like Emma Frost is honestly the one that I oftentimes end up banking behind, just end up being more interesting for him. Honestly, I think Scott is a more interesting character. His ships are more interesting when you manage to put him with someone that will like challenge him and argue with him a little bit there. Where I don't know, if you're gonna sell X-Men as basically being a soap opera, then might as well like give a little bit of spice when it comes to our pairings.
Yeah, because I will say this, even in X-Men 97, Jean Scott kind of felt milk toast.
Yeah, it's just kind of middle of the road. Not
Yeah.
bad, but also very much like, I don't know. I'd almost compare it to like Mark X Eve, where it's like that's a straight couple.
They are token.
Nothing wrong with that, I guess. Nothing
Listen,
really to talk about.
Yeah. Listen, oftentimes I feel like if you're gonna do something, you need to give it a little flair. Like if you want a happy couple, give them the Addams Family
You
treatment.
need some spice for the broth. You need some salt. You need some cayenne. You need some. What's another type of pepper? Just spice.
Habanero,
Mhm.
jalapeno.
You need a little something to get me interested, and Skoji has never quite managed that in my opinion, even though I like them individually quite a bit. I love the Phoenix Saga, and Scott is like one of my favorite characters. I like the Madeline Pryor arc. I do. I think it's cool. And I like a lot of the plots with Nathan. I like Cable.
Cable's cool.
A lot of good shit here. A lot of good shit here, but just like I think they're more interesting when they're on the rocks than they are when they're just in a good healthy state. And I think that says a lot. So yeah, anyway, catch me for my Emma Frost x Scott talk should they ever share a scene
Oh
together in
my
any of these
gosh.
future movies. They don't.
Oh, just duly noted.
Oh yeah, my literal next notes are my Scott talk.
Oh, okay. What you got?
Okay. So I'm sick and fucking tired of people writing Scott who do not seem to particularly write Scott. And it's not just this movie.
Ooh, we can...
It's not just this movie. It's like it's like they're comic book writers that also really don't get Scott. I
understand
swear to God, he hasn't had any good shit since like Grant fucking Morrison.
That's depressing.
It's I hate that Scott is always being written by people who don't get him, because that's how you get the Scott that you get in this movie, where he's a smug asshole, a stick in the mud that basically no one likes, unlike the cool, sexy Wolverine, where like Scott at his best should be like an older brother type, someone who maybe has a hard
Reliable
time,
one.
yeah, reliable, but maybe has a hard time relating to other people. I think the X-Men 97 honestly gets it about as perfect as you can get it, where it's like the other characters oftentimes have a problem with him because he can sometimes come across as a bit opaque, and he, has that tism in him. So he's just not all that good at explaining himself a lot of the times, and just generally comes across as a little gruffer than he intends. But you as the audience are supposed to understand him and sympathize with him, because he's more or less a guy who's trying his best.
But you can also tell he cares, despite that.
He does as well. He cares, he loves his family. All of his family, including the X-Men, especially the X-Men.
Yeah, I definitely think that's an important part of his character decor, is he does care. It's just hard to show it.
I think I love X-Men 97 Scott. I also love X-Men Evolution Scott quite a bit, and that I think that one gets the older brother aspect of him just absolutely perfect. And I distinctly remember having this conversation with a guy who had worked in a comic shop while I was getting my weekly fix over there, and just trying to explain why I loved Scott. And he was like, loving Scott's like loving Leonardo. And I'm like, well, here's the thing, right? Because I'm not a Leonardo girly necessarily, but in that moment I sympathize, because I'm like, here's the thing. If you have a storyline where Scott's well written, he's like the best fucking character in the entire thing. But if he's badly written, he's the worst character. He's the thing you hate more than absolutely anything else. So maybe it's not as much an issue maybe it's not an issue with the character itself so much as you just need someone who gets him, and then you're good to go. He's not like Kurt.
What you're saying
he's not like my sweet little baby Kurt.
The writer.
Yeah, not even pay the writer. Just like pick a writer that doesn't hate him.
Yeah.
Pick a writer that doesn't despise him, that doesn't like invent more ways for him to cheat on Jean Grey.
Oh.
But yeah. Next scene, Rogue is running away because I guess because Logan stabbed her, and then she absorbed his power and felt bad about it because Mystique disguised as Bob. It was kind of convoluted, honestly.
Yeah, Magneto, or not Magneto, Mystique was just like in disguise, like, "Hey, people are scared of you. Okay, bye."
Once you get to the second half of this movie, this is where people start not remembering it as well. People generally remember the first act really well, like pretty strongly, but beyond
It's pretty heavy
this,
setup.
yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot going
Oh,
on. A lot of it's not explained all that well.
yeah, real quick. Actually, on the topic of things, real quick, I forgot to mention this as a note. Kitty and Logan get into a car accident,
Rogue.
and this is where
Oh.
yeah, and this is where they actually have it like, oh, it's a reveal that Logan can heal good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, again, it's kind of just those small things of like, yeah, no, everyone knows that. Nope, not back then.
And this
That's
will
why
not
it's
be the
funny.
last time that Logan's in a car crash.
Yes.
They're moving past things pretty quickly over here, and while a part of me wants to praise it, another part of me is like, it starts to weigh on you by the end, where you really stop processing a lot of these details, and hence
Yeah.
why I've shown this movie to a lot of people. Sometimes just get them into X-Men in the first place. It's generally been pretty successful, but yeah, I find that they don't remember the final act a lot of the times. I find that it just escapes their brain.
The final act was be gay, do crime.
Yeah. Final act was I don't know. Magneto wants to give everyone radiation poisoning.
Yeah. He
With
sends
the
everyone to
Eiffel-
the magnet dimension.
With the freaking
Statue
Statue of Liberty.
He needs
There
to
you
use
go.
Rogue.
You almost said Eiffel Tower, didn't you?
I know. Shut up.
He needs to use Rogue to absorb his powers so she can go into the magnet dimension and give everyone radiation poisoning at the sacrifice of her life.
Oh,
which
yeah.
is-
Side note: Senator Kelly became a mutant because of Magneto. Got kidnapped. He also fucking died.
He became
Good riddance.
goo.
Yes.
Became goo. He had a moment
Which
of
was
clarity.
Pretty like scary looking scene. I was like, ugh. Kind of made me like, bleh.
It was a bit The Thing light. I wouldn't call it scary, but you and I have different tolerances for that.
I have no tolerance.
Rest and rip.
Oh god, I'm just like remembering. I'm just remembering just some movies that I've seen. I was like, it would make you.
This would break Quicksby.
So this would break you. This would break. I don't think you could handle that.
My brain probably would shut off.
Yeah.
I can't wait for Sinners.
Oh, it's gonna be so much fun. But there were quite a few moments though. It was kind of funny, like many moments where we were just like forgetting that we were supposed to be rooting against Magneto. Right?
Yeah, for a moment there, it was
Yeah.
just like yelling at Magneto, "Go off, Queen!" And then it was like, "Oh wait, yeah, that's gonna kill everyone.
That's
They're
bad.
just politicians. So I don't care."
There was also one particular scene where he so after like Rogue runs away, she goes to the train station. Logan talks with her, has a really sweet father-daughter moment with her that we all just like went,
Just like,
oh,
he's a
and-
good dad.
oh, it was so sweet. And then and then so they leave. The other X-Men catch up with them, but so do the Brotherhood and Magneto, and they start fighting. They start beefing. Magneto manages to get him though, and throws Rogue over Sabretooth's shoulder. Almost said his shoulder. It was Sabretooth. And as
Oh,
he's
yeah,
escaping,
Sabretooth, like doesn't speak.
oh yeah, he doesn't. He has like no role aside from Big Scary Man, who probably has some kind of tie to Logan. I don't know. It's not super well defined or explained. But he like they leave, and all the cops, of course, have shown up because there's been a big fucking disturbance at the train station. They have him surrounded, and Magneto just like picks up their guns and turns them all on the cops. And we had that moment where we're like, oh yeah, fuck yeah, and then we're like, oh wait, oh wait, oh wait, oh no, it's supposed to be bad. Oh, I forgot. Oh,
Magneto's the bad guy.
oh no, oh no.
I've said this multiple times. If I was in that world and Magneto just talked to me, I'd immediately defect.
Like, yeah, okay, yeah, you're making
Like,
sense.
to be fair, he's like classified as a terrorist.
To be fair, X-Men 97 literally had the line Magneto was right.
And he was.
And he was. No, it's so good and funny, but there was that moment there where like usually the ways that the comics would then turn around to like make you remember that Magneto was a bad guy is the same way that they like we'll get into this with future Marvel movies, but this is not something that the movies invented as far as like lazily making a character the bad guy by giving them like a moment where they do a bad or something, right? Like in the comics, a lot of it is like he's kind of a deadbeat dad. Honestly, he's a really horrible father to Wanda and Pietro.
A
And
classic. It's okay. He's forgiven.
Wanda sure as shit hasn't forgiven him. They had that back in somehow. That's gonna be insane.
No more mutants.
Wanda sure as shit hasn't forgiven him. Wanda's on a lithium prescription because of him.
Oh no.
No, him having a moment like this where, you know, Wolverine even calls him out on it, saying if you actually cared or if you were actually as righteous as you said you were, you would sacrifice yourself to do this. You wouldn't involve Rogue. And he has this moment of faltering about it. But yeah, I think as far as Magneto is written, like nowadays, he literally might have considered a bit further like actually sacrificing himself.
I definitely could see that.
Where back then that was more just like, you know, that was just the writing thing you did with him to signal that he was still kind of a
He's
bad
the
guy.
bad guy. Mhm. Yeah, and then society kind of realized like he's kind of right.
Yeah. I'm waiting for our eventual reevaluation of Megatron to come up, honestly, now that X1 did now TF1. Oh my god, TF1 did so good. Curious when that's gonna happen. It's soon. I can feel it. I can feel it. There were already like some workers' protests that used the Decepticons symbol.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Is
So
this gonna
it's
be
coming.
the new?
It's coming.
Is this gonna be the new Straw Hat Jolly Roger?
God, I hope so.
I kind of would love that.
Okay. Where are we? How many more?
I feel like it kind of becomes a bit more rapid fire after this, and like it's kind of just plot summary.
Yeah, they kidnap, you know, Rogue's kidnapped. They go to the Statue of Liberty. There's a big like a UN meeting at Ellis Island. Storm has the lamest line ever in the exact screen cap that I took here at this exact
so bad.
where she's I have it written down.
No, I was gonna say I remember it.
Do you want the honors?
Do you know what happens when lightning hits a toad?
You fucked it up. I already know. I'm looking. You fucked it up.
Fuck. What? Okay, fine. Say the actual line.
Do you know what happens to a toad when it's struck by lightning? The same thing that happens to everything else.
Like, why?
So lame. It's so lame. It's so lame.
It's not even a comeback.
No. It's no. You know, as far as the one-liners we get in these movies, I think Blade still manages to be the best one. Some motherfucker's always trying to ice skate uphill. That's still
Blade had the aura for it. Even if he said that line, I feel like his aura alone would have carried.
Honestly, we should have a separate tier list of just like the worst to best lines.
Best
one-liner tier list.
The one-liner tier list.
I'm tempted. I don't think we saw any like good one-liners in Captain America or like Fantastic Four. Let me see. Let me see. We got some motherfuckers. I'm writing it down.
It's happening.
Ice skate uphill. And then
out of context one-liners.
Know what happens. Let me just copy and paste it. I just have.
Why am I struggling? Well, I can understand why I'm struggling to think of it. I
Hmm.
can't think of any good lines because I'm
From
thinking Captain America.
oh, there weren't any that stuck out. There weren't any that stuck out.
No.
There weren't
We'd
any.
have to probably like go through the film again to find one.
Yeah,
I feel like
yeah.
there should have, well, not should have. There might have been a line when he first confronts Red Skull.
If it doesn't like stick out to you, don't worry about
It
it.
doesn't count. Yeah,
I
you know
think
what,
I
fair
think I think
enough.
I think the idea is
There
these
should be
have to
like
be
a
memorable.
null.
They have to be
We'll just
memorable
have
one way or another.
a null section where it's like there wasn't like one that stuck out.
We don't need it. I'm just gonna rank them separately. We don't need it. If the line
Okay.
sticks out, we'll write it down. We don't need one for
It
every
goes on the
movie.
list.
Yeah, we don't need one for every movie.
All right, it's magnet dimension, right?
Honestly, I have like no real further notes beyond this aside from just like the end happens and it's like kind of unmemorable. The good guys win. There's like some cool little action sequences. Jean does like a refracting light thing by like levitating Scott's goggles a certain
Rogature.
way.
Iconic white streak of hair.
Oh, she does get that. I've watched this
Forgot
movie
that
so
happened.
many times. I still struggle to remember how it ends outside of Logan steals Scott's bike and it's kind of funny.
Oh yeah, that happened like twice, didn't it?
Oh yeah, but the second time he like steals it for keeps just to be an asshole. It's honestly pretty great. Yeah, I honestly my notes for this are done outside of just like again, this is like a pretty decent movie. But I think I was just eager to get it out of the way so we could watch X2 as soon as possible.
Hopefully the quality picks up because, like I said, I personally think that this was a serviceable movie. Memorable? Good? Serviceable? Yes.
I'm trying to think of where it goes on our tier list.
All right. Above
Good
Captain
question.
America, theatrical. That's
Obviously,
given.
above
That's
Blade.
a
Yeah.
given.
Above Blade, yeah.
Decent quality, yeah.
But the other two, I'm struggling with a bit, and Fantastic Four and Captain America, the director's cut, I'm struggling with a bit because I wonder if that's just me weighing those too heavily as indie projects.
I think I'm going to have to rip the bandage off. I think
Stick
this
it at the
is
top.
actually going. I was not the top. I was going to say, I think I personally felt more emotion for directorial Captain America. So I'm thinking right below that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think Fantastic Four 1994,
Yeah,
as much
I
as
would
I
go
want to
below
root
it
for it,
too.
has enough problems with its writing and misogyny, honestly, that I think it deserves to be put down a rung.
Yeah. I agree with the placement. I
It-
still
Okay.
like the director's cut more.
Okay.
Yeah, it did fine for what it was, but it still is what it is.
Okay, so our current ranking, I'm not going to be able to say. I think I'll just have to stick with like the top like 10 ranking of any given after a while because we're going to rank up like 100 movies after a while. But
Unless
I'll
we
list them
like
out.
make an actual tier list.
Maybe.
We should just make a shared Google Doc for that.
I mean, I have just a simple list that's just a Google spreadsheet.
Oh yeah, that works.
Simple ranked list. So we have number 1, Captain America 1990, the director's cut. Number 2, X-Men 2000. Number 3, Fantastic Four 1994. Number 4, Blade 1998. Number 5, Captain America 1990, the theatrical cut, because remember it never actually received a theatrical release. It was dumped to DVD. It was dumped to VHS, and that's it. We've only seen 5 so far.
Yeah, okay, that's
It's not bad.
perfectly fine.
Mm-hmm. Okay. With that, I need to make sure I download the VOD for this as quickly as possible because I forgot.
Don't
forgot.
Yes,
don't let
that's
it
right.
poof.
Oh yeah, I forgot. So yeah, let's call it a night.
Shall I give my sign off then?
Give a sign off.
Well then, lurkers, chatters, here for a little, here for a while. I thank you all the same. This is Luck powering off, and remember, everyone, lucky days.
And 3, 2, 1.
Good night.
night.
Quick, what's yours?
Shush.